going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a different video for you guys. We're not at a golf course, obviously. We're in the parking lot. What are we doing today?
We're gonna go get fitted over at Fujikura. They invited us out to come check out some different shafts that they have. Hopefully get dialed in for our driver, maybe 3-wood, and maybe even some irons.
Yeah, should be a fun day. We're already playing Fujikura shafts in our clubs, but as you guys know, with Mike's driver, especially the new CALLAWAY Rouge that he was playing, he didn't really love the shaft he had in there. It was a little bit off. Same with mine. I had it in there. I got fitted at CALLAWAY, but it still seemed a little bit too stiff for me. So I think we're gonna go in there, get on the track band or whatever they got, and just see what the numbers show.